Good morning, y'all. Today is processing day for us. We've got about 10 chickens left over from last time. We had friends helping us out a couple of weeks ago, but some of the chickens were not ready, and I'm gonna show you why. So we don't do the standard feeding. There's a certain amount of feed that you gotta, chicken over there, a rooster, sorry. There's a certain amount of feed that you're supposed to feed per chicken per day, and we don't do that. We kind of, we're rebels, you know. Now what we do is we give them a little bit more free range, so there's more bugs, more grass for them to eat, and then we also let them grow out a little bit longer, which is roughly about 10 weeks. You're supposed to try to process these guys at about 8 weeks. Well, we shy away from that, or not shy. Like I said, we're just a little bit more of a rebel homestead, and we kind of do things different. But I'm gonna show you guys the setup real quick, and then what we got going on. I won't show you this dispatching, but I'll show a little bit of the end product of what it is that our chickens look like. So this is a homemade cone. I took a bucket, and this bucket is mounted onto our carport. That's our carport right here. So this is our station. What I do is I get a bucket down here, fill it up, not fill it up with water, but add some water to it. Chicken goes in here, comes out through here, and then this is where that happens. And then here's the other one. So I have two of these, and I like to keep mine roughly about eye level, so I'm not doing that action all the time just to get down here and do that. So for me, they're about, the top of this is about eye level to me. You know, I'm not that tall, but I'm not that short either. And then knives, just, you know, just a standard knife, nothing special. So from here, whoa, there's a spider. So from here, it goes over here. And this is a scalding area. So temperature, we're almost there. We want to be between 150, 155 degrees. It goes in here, and this is my my stick. And what I do is I'll turn the water and dunk the chicken in there, all the way in there. And then I don't have gloves, so I just use my hands, you know, because I'm a caveman. I don't recommend you doing that, by the way. There is special gloves for this stuff. People use the barbecue or cooking gloves, and they're huge, heavy-duty gloves. They're vinyl, and they got other stuff in them, and that protect your hand from burning. I'm kind of, again, a rebel, so it's okay. This is a chicken plucker that we borrowed from one of our friends, Crystal and John. They are also homesteaders out here in our East Texas area, and this is a yard bird. This one's really, really good, y'all. So there's a hose down here that's got a little bitty tiny hose. So I'll show you what it looks like. Turn that water on, and it sprays. And then this hose, you can do the same thing with it. Now, what John and I, well, what John recommend that I do is have like an on and off switch, because the power switch is down here. Now he's gonna upgrade this one. He's gonna have one with the foot pedal. That way he can just come in here and just, you know, turn it on, and it does its magic, and then walk away from there. But this is the way we rigged it up. So we have our extension cord. It's away from the water. Okay. So, and this is from last week or 2 weeks ago, I think. So we're still saving this so we can go throw it in the compost. Now this right here, again, another neat idea of his is to get John's idea. This is just a big turkey fryer or crawfish boil pot. You know, you can use that, or whatever it is that you need to use to boil the water so that you can do the scalding. So for this, he just said, hey man, use that as your feather thing, catcher, whatever. And it works great because the water just escapes, and then it compacts in there, and then we go dump it in the compost area. Now the dog got in here, and you know, they like to play with these feathers. So then on to the last of the processing station. Stainless steel table, got washed down, and then on the knives, there's nothing fancy, yo. Just a boning knife. This is a good boning knife right here, and then you got your fillet knife. So my wife will this is her side and my side is over there. Now when we have friends, that's always my side. My hands sometimes they can't go in the carcass that well. So you got to get in there and get all those guts out and everything. Like I said, we're not going to show that part. Some people are not too fond of that, and they've tagged us a couple of times, and I don't like that because this is our way of life. I mean, I don't go messing with what they do or don't do. You know what I mean? That ain't none of my business. But anyway, cooler. This cooler will have ice in it. There's another cooler over there, so we'll throw all that ice. Let them rest for about 24 hours, and then the next day is bagging up, and we shrink wrap them. So on to where our chickens are at. It's not a far walk, so my son and I will be doing come and get them, and then I do my thing and then hand it over to my wife after we do that. So we try not to feed these guys, but they were fed this morning, so that's a big no-no. You're not supposed to feed these guys the day of. You typically give them 24 hours of no food. You can give them some water. I think the pig already finished that one out. But this is what we got going on, So this was the last area that they had. They've been moving from there to there. Some of this right here. And this is their last spot. So, as you can see, they're pretty decent sized birds. And no, that's a pig. That's not a chicken. That's a pig, y'all. Our electric fence is never really electrified. It's more just more or less a little confined area for them to stay, and they don't get a whole lot of free ranging per se. But this is what we do. We move there, so that little thing gets moved around all throughout the area, because you don't want them to bed and their poop and whatnot. So that gets moved around often. And then, like I said, that pig, I think we're going to eat him soon too. Because, I mean, he's a boar that needs to get snipped, and then, a couple of months after that, you can eat him. I mean, you can eat him now, but again, we don't have a whole lot of chickens, y'all. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I saw another one hiding back over here somewhere. There it is. So again, we don't have a whole lot of chickens to process today, which is a good thing. And there's nothing in there. No chickens in there. This is just made out of chicken wire, wood down at the bottom. Nothing fancy, y'all. Just a little housing for them. Next year we'll probably do something different, but this is actually the second time we've done this way, and we like it. It's less work for us, first and foremost. The whole pulling the tractor, that's great, and it works for a lot of people. This works good for us. So that's it. We're gonna start grabbing these guys, taking them over there, and we'll show you some of the processing. So we're gonna have to pause this or postpone it for a couple hours, maybe a day or two. So a lot of leftover feed.
This is what happens when you don't withhold feed from your birds, or when your teenager doesn't follow directions. I mean, it's just food in their crop, but it's a lot messier. And
so we did try it. This bird actually looks pretty dang good too. And it's just,
I mean, the bird will still be fine, but it's
messier. That's
all the grit and stuff inside, and I don't want to have to bless it. I bless the children.
There's just a lot more work involved, and we're trying to not do that. But again, guys, this is what our chicken looks like. I mean, look at this bird. Beautiful bird. Beautiful bird. Anyway, since we're already here, we did one. While I was doing that one, my wife went ahead and dispatched this one. I'm gonna show you guys what I do. My job. My job is to come over here. I took it out of the cone. She dispatched it for me while I was doing the processing over here. So again, there isn't true science to this, y'all. The water's roughly about 165, 170 degrees. And I do apologize. That's the temperature that we want to be at. 155, 160, not 145, 150. So again, do that, do that, do that. And then I just leave it right where I can get it. Oh. It works better with two hands. See, now this is not going to work out. I got to put my phone down. I might have cooked that one. It goes in here. Turn this little valve on. And we spin it. Doesn't take a whole lot. There it is. Feet are clean. See, this is what happens when you let them in there too long. Your skin tears up. That's not good. But it's not bad either. Skin tore right there. So if we were to sell these, which we're not, these will not go to be sold. The machine works pretty good though.
See the gallbladder next to the liver?
I think I left it in there too long because I was trying to record and I couldn't do it. We will try that again a different day. The chickens that are left over are not that many, but we do have to get them off of our feed bill first and foremost, and second of all, it's time. If you let those chickens any longer than 12 weeks, I mean, it's possible. But the fact of the matter is they carry too much weight, and then they start getting health problems. And it's also hot. So both health problems and the heat it's not good for them. And then it's almost a miserable life for them. But they're bred to be meat birds. Their lifespan is not that great. And then processing them should be 8 to 10 weeks. So we try to get there. Now, we're still going to process them later on this week. This was more of a do not do this type of learning experience. This is what we did. We made a mistake. So tonight they won't get fed. Tomorrow they'll get processed. And my wife and my son will do that. And then we'll go from there. So again, guys, if you got any questions, concerns, comments, please leave them on there. You know, like I said, it was a mistake by us by not communicating that today was processing day. Our son was working till late last night. He got up early this morning, did his chores, did what he was supposed to do, but he wasn't supposed to do that great of a job, and he did a great job. He fed the animals, which is always a great thing, by the way. But again, guys, we raise anywhere from 20 to 50 chickens, depends on the amount that we are going to resell. For us, it's not that many because we also have pork, we have beef, and then soon we'll be adding lamb to our freezers. And we do try to eat as much as we can from what we raise. Now, we are not gardeners at all. I got my stove going over there, and I keep hearing it, so just making sure everything's good over there. So we're not gardeners yet, but that's the process. We are on process to learning how to be better gardeners. Animals, I think we got it. I really do. We raise our pigs, we raise our chickens, we have eggs, we have dairy cows, a little bit of everything. And then we got rid of the goats. They're just naughty. But the next step is going to be the sheep. And hopefully, I like sheep. I like to eat sheep, grill them. Yeah. You can tell, right? Anyway, goat was not one thing that we ever really. I don't even know why we had goats. That's not the point. So again, guys, don't feed your chickens the night before processing. Let them rest for about 18 hours, roughly, if you can. 24, preferably, if you can. But just give them water. That's it. Because if not, there's a lot of stuff that I could have showed on the video. Like I said, some people just don't like to see that kind of stuff. And I apologize to those that don't like to see that. But it's one of those I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry type of deal. I just don't want to get banned, or I don't want to get a red tag, or whatever it is. Because, guys, we're Homestead. We do Homestead things. And if you don't like it, change the channel. Or unsubscribe. This is the way of our life. This is how we live. This is how we do things. And truly, we enjoy it. You know, we couldn't have it any other way. We lived back in the city for many, many years, and this is free to us. Outdoor kitchen, look, cooking our own thing out here. It's not the prettiest, but hey, we're doing our own thing. I'm gonna turn it over to my wife and see what she's got to say.
His wife is busy eating because he made a really good steak.
Delicious?
Very good.
All right. You got anything to say about those chickens that we did? I think that the weight is great now, so we need to process them tomorrow, the next day, no further than that. So
agreed.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna have to skip today and do them later this week because it's time.
Yeah, we messed up, right?
Well, I tried to communicate with my child, but he's 17 and just bless it, y'all. Bless it.
But he did feed him, though. That's a positive, right?
I mean,
Like,
he did his chores.
He did his chores. So there it is, y'all. So again, look, I'm going to give y'all a little glimpse of what she's eating. I might have overcooked it or not, but then again, delicious steak. Thank you, guys.